Hello, friends. Welcome to Operation Remote Resilience. My name is Kelly Campbell. I am a certified yoga teacher with Warriors at Ease. Today, we will be going through a 30-minute restorative yoga practice. Restorative yoga is very grounding, nourishing. We will move slowly and intentionally as to provide our bodies, minds, and spirits with an opportunity to rest and restore. Next to me, you may notice I've got a pile of goodies available, and I'm just going to go through what I have. Feel free to grab the exact same items that I go over, or you don't have yoga props available, you can always utilize items throughout your surroundings. Pillows, blankets, towels, cushions, and even perhaps a chair or something that can provide your body with some additional stability. So for what I have, I've got 2 yoga blocks. I've got an eye pillow, which can be quite nice over the forehead and eyes when you come into a final relaxation. I have a blanket, a yoga strap that we will be incorporating into our sequence. So if you don't have a yoga strap available, you can reach for a belt, a tie, even a sash from a robe or anything similar to that. Then I have 2 larger bolsters, which are quite nice and provide some additional support and stability to the body. For our practice today, we are going to begin first in a comfortable seated position and move through some movement in an upright fashion, and then we will make our way onto the ground for the remainder of our practice. If you feel compelled, don't hesitate to subscribe to the Warriors at Ease YouTube channel. That way you can stay up to date on all the videos and offerings that we've got. With that being said, let us start in a comfortable seated position. Any shape you desire. I normally gravitate towards legs crossed with knees bent. You could take something similar or something totally different. I'm going to also sit atop one of my blocks, as elevation of the hips seem to provide me with some additional comfort, so you may do something similar. At any point during the practice, if you notice that a specific shape or a posture that I cue for does not resonate with you, guess what? You don't have to do it. Feel free to move your body in a way that feels best for you, regardless of what I cue for, as you know what your needs are better than anybody else. From our comfortable seated position, hands will come palms down to either thighs or knee space. Now utilize the entire body to take circles into the space above you. If you notice during this motion that you desire a pause or an additional breath along the way, feel free to take it. One more time. Switch directions. Eyes can be opened or closed. One more time. Return to center. We move onward to shoulder rolls. Shoulders rise towards the ears. They come back to pinch together the spine, then gently fall down the back. Continue with that same circular motion at your own pace. Two more times. Return to center. Now visualize the crown of your head as a point of a pencil as we take neck circles into the space above us. This may be another location that doesn't get much focus. I apologize for the pause. When I rotated my neck and I said, doesn't get much focus, my body and my mind were immediately like, yeah, we don't pay attention to the cervical spine and the neck that much. So as you're moving, if you notice a certain location that you're like, ooh, I feel it. I might want to pause here for a moment. Guess what? You can do that. Absolutely normal for certain motions or locations in the body to speak to us louder than others. And that is just part of the human experience. Switch directions. And you could do this exact same sequence tomorrow, and you may notice different things about the body and the mind and the breath, and that's absolutely normal as well. One more time around, and return to center. We will now move forward into seated cow motion. But before we do, if you notice discomfort within the lower body of like, whew, I've been here a while, Kelly. I'm not really enjoying the shape of my lower body right now. Always an option to change that shape. So for myself, I'm going to continue with my legs crossed, knees bent, but I'm going to just flip my feet and I'm going to remove the block. If the intention for our practice is to be nourishment, restoration, finding comfort and ease, that comes with every portion of this practice. So if there is a small adjustment of like, let's say we're just gonna fix the shirt or the way that the yoga mat is placed or anything that you can make an adjustment to, don't hesitate to do that, because that will provide you with that additional level of comfort, which will then translate to more comfort and ease within the body. So make an adjustment if needed. Then we return our hands back, palms down to either thighs or knee space. From our neutral spine, we inhale for cow pose. Gently pull the chest forward, gaze upward towards the ceiling. Then exhale for cat, chin to chest, round the spine, only to the point that feels best for you. Inhale for cow. Exhale for cat. 3 more together. Inhale, pull the chest forward. Exhale, round the spine. 2 more. Inhale, open through the collarbones. Exhale, chin to chest. Last one. Inhale for seated cow. Exhale for seated cat. Return to center. Place one hand over the heart and the other over the belly as we pause for some stillness. Eyes can be opened or closed. What does the breath feel like as it enters and exits the body? I like hand over heart and belly because it allows me an additional layer of connection to the breath. Can I feel the chest and belly rise as I inhale? Can I feel the belly and the chest fall as I exhale? 2 more rounds. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. And exhale. Wonderful job, my friends. Go ahead and release the hands. We're going to make our way onto the mat. Now, I would suggest whatever props that you have around you and available, ensure that they're within arm's reach before you lie all the way down. From personal experience, there is nothing worse, well, in regards to a physical practice, than lying all the way down, getting yourself set up into a shape, and the one prop that you really want is just out of arm's reach. So to prevent that from happening, let us be proactive and have everything within arm's reach, even if you don't think you're going to use it. Just have it there, because the sensations are going to change as you hang out in a shape. Your needs will change throughout a practice. And sometimes it's even nice to utilize a prop when you don't normally do that, because by adding or subtracting props, it can change the entire experience, sensation, perspective of, oh, like, what does that do for me now? Now, I've got everything within arm's reach. I'm going to then make my way onto my back. Ensure that you've got enough space that your body is supported by your mat. If you are on a hard surface and coming completely supine feels rather uncomfortable for the body, always an option to take a blanket or an additional towel or yoga mat and unroll that to have that additional cushion for the body. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Utilize the hands to give them a slow squeeze inward. Hand placement is personal preference. You can come behind the knees, much like I have, to where the hamstrings are located, or you can come in front of the knees to the shins. Either or works. Then begin to move into some motion as you sway or rock. You can opt for some hip circles. Now, as I stated towards the start of class, we are going to utilize our yoga strap with focus towards the lower body. Begin to make your way back to center, then reach for your strap. Again, if you don't have a strap, guess what? You can utilize a belt, a tie, even like a sash from a robe. Place the strap to the bottom of both feet, then send feet towards the ceiling for legs up the wall. This is a shape and a posture that I thoroughly enjoy because it's a nice way to switch the blood flow in the body for a little bit, right? We don't normally bring our feet above our head that often. And I love that this provides my body with some additional support through the strap versus forcing my legs up towards the ceiling and engaging and trying to maintain that upright position. Legs do not need to be straight. You can have a bend if you desire. Foot placement is personal preference as well. You can have feet to touch. You can bring them apart and come a bit wider. You can add some motion. Return to center if you had added in some motion. Now let's bring our awareness down to our hands. I notice for myself when I utilize a prop, I have a tendency to grip very tightly on the strap. So if you are anything like me in regards to that, let yourself soften the grip as to work with your prop versus fight against it. Head and neck are heavy on the earth. 2 audible rounds of breath together. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. 1 more. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. We will now keep our right foot in the strap. Send the left leg down to the earth. Multiple options for this opposite leg. If extending the leg long causes discomfort or pain in the low spine, can bend the knee and place the foot flat. Your choice. Visualize your right foot as a point of a pencil as we take motion into the space above us. It could be a circle, it could be flexion and extension, you could air write your name, switch directions. Return to center. Now, we are going to send this extended leg out towards this side. Before I do, I'm very close to this wall. I'm going to scoot my body over. That will allow additional room for this extended limb to come towards the side. So if you are set up in a similar fashion next to a wall or something that may limit your range of motion, don't hesitate to move your body. Now, I already know for myself that I'm going to want to prop this limb on a bolster for some additional support. So I've got my stack here ready to go. The strap comes into the right hand completely as we slowly drop that leg out towards the side. Now you notice I've got my props directly underneath my extended leg. This is to allow myself a chance to move from strive and achieve to rest and restore. I could find more range of motion in this leg. I could force it down, crank it, use my hands, but that's not the intention and the purpose of today's practice. I want ease and comfort. And for my body, that means utilizing props. You can even, if you've got that leg set up on some props, you can let go of the strap. Yeah, bring the hands towards the body. Or you can even add in an arm variation. Cactus goalpost arms. Then hands overhead. Eyes can be opened or closed as we are here for a few more rounds of breath. Return the hands towards the strap if you did release it. Mindfully, bring that extended leg back towards center. No rush to get there, slow and controlled. We keep the strap over that same foot. And now we're going to move in the opposite direction, coming across the body. Now on this side, I am again going to use some props. I've got my blocks handy. Strap comes into my left hand. With control, I'm coming across my body. You can play with the setup of the props if you're like, oh, I need a little bit more or a little bit less. When you find a location that you're like, oh, I think that feels okay, or feels like you could explore it for a bit, then feel free to release the hands from the strap. Now, absolutely normal to experience vast differences between sides in any posture and between directions that the body moves in. And there's no need to change that. We just notice it with a sense of curiosity of like, oh, this direction feels whatever descriptive words you want to put into it versus the other way we had moved in. Soften the jaws. Peel the tongue from the roof of the mouth. And relax the face. Few more slow rounds of breath here. Begin to bring the hands back towards the strap. Ensure it's taut around the bottom of the foot. With control, I say this because in my own body, I have the tendency that when a specific shape is done, I use air quotations when I use the word done, but when it's time to move out of that shape, that I like, boom, want to like pop right up, move right out. Let's get to the next thing. So with this restorative practice, I notice that that challenges me in a totally different way, that how intentional and slow can I be with my movements, right? So let us mindfully bring that extended leg back towards center. Pause for a breath at the top. Return both feet to the strap for supported legs up the wall. Again, foot placement is personal preference. You can add in motion or not. And just allow yourself a few rounds of breath to explore what you may or may not notice here between sides. That we've done that movement only on one limb. And just to share, as I explore on my end on what I notice, that the side that we've done the movement on feels much more open and relaxed. So you may feel something similar or totally different. And there's no wrong answers. Come back to center. We grip the strap with both hands as we switch sides. Keep the left foot in, right leg comes down to the earth. Again, always an option to bend the knee with the foot flat if that feels best for the low spine. Or you can extend that leg long out in front of you. Ample bend in this extended leg if you desire. Visualize the foot as a point of a pencil as we take motion into the space above us. Switch directions with it. Return to center. We are first going to come out away from the body with this extended leg. So bring the strap into the left hand. Then with control, bring your leg away from the body. And you may have noticed that I left my props exactly where they were at for the first side. So I had a feeling that my body was going to want some additional support. So as you land to your props or the earth, and you feel like you've got it set up in a fashion that supports you in what you need, feel free to release the strap from the hands. If you really enjoy that additional connection to the breath that we took at the start of class, you could take the same thing now as you place one hand over the heart and the other over the belly. And feel that breath as it enters and exits the body. Eyes can be opened or closed. Soften the edges. Few more rounds of breath. When you're ready, begin to return your hands towards the strap. Mindful motion as we bring the extended leg back towards center. Pause at the top. One audible round of breath. Inhale. Open mouth. Exhale. Very nice. Switch hands with the strap. Controlled motion. Bring the leg across the body as it lands towards your props or the earth. When you're in a location that you're like, ooh, I think I could hang here for a bit, feel free to release the strap. And then explore the sensations. What do you feel? What do you notice? Both about your internal landscape within the body, the breath, the thoughts, in addition to your external landscape. What sounds you may hear. If your eyes are open, what do you notice on a visual level? Few more mindful rounds of breath. Begin to return your hands towards your strap. Mindfully bring your extended leg back towards center. We pause at the top, one round of audible breath. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Return both feet to the strap for the last time. Supported legs up the wall. Feel free to switch up your foot placement. If you've had them touching, you can come wide or vice versa. Can even come into like a very wide stance if you desire. You can add some movement of the ankles or even some side to side motion. One more breath. Inhale and exhale. Bring both knees in towards the chest. Release your strap and place it off to the side. Utilize the hands to give them a slow squeeze inward as we rock or roll. We will begin to conclude our time together. If you would like to move into a final relaxation, feel free to do so. For those who are ready to conclude with me, rotate and roll towards your right or left side. Utilize your hands to press yourself upright as we return to a comfortable seated position. Now, in being supine for an extended period of time and coming upright rather quickly may cause some dizziness or lightheadedness. So let us pause just for a moment. Inhale. Exhale. Allow our bodies to reacclimate to this upright position. Inhale. And exhale. Bring hands to heart center as we take 3 deep cleansing rounds of breath together. Inhale, sweep the hands upward towards the ceiling. Open mouth, exhale, hands to heart center. 2 more. Inhale, sweep it up. Open mouth, exhale, hands to heart center. One more time, deepest breath of the practice. Inhale, sweep it up. Open mouth, exhale, hands to heart center. It has been my pleasure guiding you through today's restorative yoga practice, my friend. Again, my name is Kelly Campbell. I am a certified Warriors at Ease yoga teacher, and thank you for joining me for Operation Remote Resilience. If you feel compelled, please feel free to donate towards Warriors at Ease, as donations from people like yourself allow us to continue to provide these offerings and some additional training so other teachers around the world can offer these same services. It was great to be a part of today's practice. I will see you soon. Thank you again, my friends.